DJ Sly, DJ Sly Tay, 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 DJ Sly, DJ. Let's go ahead and get this thing started, man. We got to give some love to our sponsors, Bel Air.
Oh, for sure.
Head to your favorite liquor store, grab your favorite bottle of Bel Air, and always make sure that you drink responsibly.
Always.
I also need y'all to go follow at MyJetDoc. That's MyJetDoc. It's a virtual urgent care app connecting users with licensed medical professionals instantly. No waiting room, and no insurance. And you can save up to 85% off of RX. That's a dope move right there. Go follow them and see what it's all about right now on Instagram. 2021 Convo, live and direct tonight. He goes by the name of Killer B. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Blessed. Hey, I'm 100. How you feeling?
Man, I'm good, man. Go ahead and tell everybody where you from.
I'm originally from East St. Louis, Illinois. So the thing is, people don't think it's a East St. Louis, Illinois. They feel like it's a St. Louis, and then when you say East St. Louis, Illinois, they be like, no, it's not. No, it is. It's a East St. Louis, Illinois. It's like 3 minutes from St. Louis. So I'm actually from the Illinois side of St. Louis.
Wow. Well, I just learned something new today. East St. Louis.
Yes, East St. Louis, for sure.
So what is it that separates y'all? Is it like some water or a bridge?
Yes, it's a bridge that separates us from that side. So, and that bridge is maybe like, I say about a 25-second drive, and it's only like maybe not even 3 minutes from where I live at, and it's definitely like a little bit of a difference, as far as like culture wise. Like we kind of do the same things, but it's a little different. East St. Louis is a little different from St. Louis, and you can tell, but at the same time, people still be like, yeah, it's kind of the same, but like I said, it's still a difference.
Okay, East St. Louis. Wow. All right, I gotta keep that in mind. I just thought it was St. Louis. Hey, I ain't no front. I just thought it was St. Louis. East St. Louis. Damn.
It's a whole different culture, man.
Whole different culture. Dope. How was it for Killer B growing up as a kid? We always like to start off with the childhood, man. Go ahead and tell everybody how it was for you growing up as a kid.
My childhood, man, me growing up as a kid, I had kind of like the same childhood like most kids would have. I did have my father, I had my mother, so it was kind of like the same thing. I was able to be around both, so I was able to be able to have that in the same life. Like some people don't be able to have both of them, they just one or the other. I was fortunate enough to have two, and it was really just like a normal life for me. I was into different things though. Like I've been into music my whole life, so being able to be connected with my father, which he was a DJ, and
wow.
Yeah,
that's dope.
I think he was like 35 years in the game, and unfortunately he passed, but he was about 35 years into the game. So I grew up, under music my whole life. So I was more into things like music and possibly fishing or stuff like that. But I had a real normal childhood, but I was staying in two different places at the same time, though, because my mother stayed in one place and my dad stayed in East St. Louis. So I was, back and forth on the weekend. So I actually had to, adapt to both of them, which it wasn't no difference, but, you have different people that you connect with on each side. So
your dad stayed on the East St. Louis side, and your mom stayed on the St. Louis side.
Yes. Once I got to high school, that's exactly how it went. And I was like, you know what? And there wasn't nothing wrong with it, but I was more attached to my dad. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stay on this side. So, I just stayed over here more.
Okay, so I was gonna ask. That was gonna be my next question. Which side did you like the most? So it was the East St. Louis side that you enjoyed the most.
Yeah, and it was only because like a lot of my friends or a lot of people that I was comfortable being around was on this side. So I just decided to stay on this side, you know. But it was still a little bit of, you know, me going over there every now and then just to, like I said, just to feel the vibe. But I just loved it. I just loved being on this side. So
Ain't nothing wrong with that. What was some of the music being played in the house as growing up as a kid? Your dad's a
like,
DJ.
yeah,
This gonna be an interesting one.
I listened to music from the 70s up into current. Really, like I would listen to the OJs. I would listen to like actually I listened to like Hall and Oates, the Sarah Smile. Like I was hearing music like that. I was hearing Temptations. I was hearing just about all the music. So that's why now I can listen to all that music and it just be normal for me. And people like, man, how do you know about that music? Boy, you weren't even born yet.
All
I'm
right.
like, I grew up listening to it though, you know. So
Yeah.
man.
Boy.
It's all styles of music, so
Yeah. That's a blessing in the song right there. All
mm.
right. We learned a little bit about your childhood. We're gonna speed on up a little bit. How would you say where you were when you decided to take your career seriously and professionally?
Well, actually, I started off as a DJ
You
because
were
I
a
was
DJ too.
yes, I've been a DJ for 20 years, and people still
Uh,
don't. But I've been a DJ, an established DJ for 20 years. So once I got to a point where I felt like with me being a DJ, I feel like I've accomplished what I was set out to do, what I set out to do for myself. So once I started, you know, trying to go into rapping, I had already accomplished everything. To me, again, this is all just me, you know. I just felt like I accomplished everything. So I was like, you know what? I want to do something else now. So I started producing.
okay.
I produced a couple of records. They didn't, you know, they was local records for people I knew, but I was just starting. And I was like, man, I like producing. Let me try to rap. And I was like, well, you know what? It can't be that hard. You know what I mean? It's just the love for music. It came so easy for me.
Yeah.
So once I started doing that, I was like, man, this is fun. Like I said, it wasn't even about the fame. It wasn't about the money. It wasn't none of that. It was just the love of music. And after that happened, I'd say I was probably in high school when I started doing it. And I was just like, I need to do something bigger. So then I connected with a couple of people and we just started making music, started making songs, putting songs out, just doing it. But I had no knowledge of the back, you know, the business part of it.
Mm.
So once I started doing the business and learned the business, I was probably about maybe 22, maybe. That's when I started really taking it serious. Because now I'm 28. So I say seriously, I've been taking music serious for about 6 years.
6 years.
Because I learned that back, that, like I said, that music business part of it, the business. So at that point, I just started going with it. And it's been really good to me, man. I love it.
What would you say is the most important part of the game? Is it the business or is it the artist part?
It depends. To me personally, it depends on what you want to do, like what kind of artist you want to be. Like with me, I think the most important part is the business. If you want to speak on what you're doing, as far as like, okay, I'm trying to get this done, I want to get this done. But if you just like, I have the love for it, I think just making the music and having the love for it is important too. But me personally, it could be, it's just the business.
Business. Now, was that an easy transition for you coming from being the DJ, doing the producing to being the rapper, the artist?
Uh, yeah, actually, it was really as easy as I feel it could be, especially coming from, like I said, having someone that was already in the music, like a DJ, and having, you know, DJ friends. It was kind of easy. And then making the content, making the music for people because you know what they want to hear. So
Yeah.
it's like you just know what you need to go in the booth and do. Now, when you have fun with it, it makes it even better. So it was a very easy transition. It was just trying to figure out what kind of music I wanted to do. But me being the artist and the DJ and the producer, it was like, well, you hearing everything people like, just
Yeah.
do all of it. So I just made myself be that all around artist that can cater to any genre.
Yeah. I like that, bro. And with you being able to produce, it's like, man, you getting all the checks.
It's and that's the fun part about it. It's like you can do everything you love and still you can get every piece of the pie, every part. And that's one thing my dad told me. He was like, with you producing your music, you'll get a check for being the producer and the artist.
Yep.
I was like, man, that's lovely. Make my own beats, get paid for making that beat, and then being the artist. That's
Go out,
this is a better
go
feeling.
to the
So
store and get more money. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Sky's the limit with that, man. I like that, man. Like a lot of people's not that talented to be able to DJ, produce, and do the artist. So for you to have all three, man, like you're very blessed, man.
Oh man, I keep going with it. I got to keep going with it. Now my son doing it too now, so it's like I definitely got to keep. And it's so crazy, the stuff that my son does at the age he is.
How old is he?
He's 4,
Oh,
but he does stuff that I was probably doing when I got around about 6 or 7. He's doing it now. And I haven't even showed him that stuff yet, so that's still another crazy thing to me. Like he just popped up and did it, and I was like, "Where did you learn that?" I didn't learn that until I got about 6 or 7 years old.
yeah. He's watching you.
You know what? It could be. He's probably easily like he's one of those people that, or one of those kids that when he see it, he can do it.
Okay.
Instead of you having to just be like, all right, so this is how he's more hands on. Like he has to be like, okay, I seen you do it. Now I'm finna do it, and this is how I saw you do it or seen you do it.
Yeah. That's
So.
that's that's dope, man. He next. He got the juice next.
Oh, so I ain't gonna pressure him. I ain't gonna push it on him. But if he does, boy, that's 4 generations.
Yeah,
That's 4 generations of music.
I like that. How would you describe the type of music that you make?
The music that I make, I feel like the music that I make is more like, because now a lot of people doing like a lot of pain music, and the music that I make is more like trying to bring the party back to hip hop. Because at first it started off being like that, and then it kind of like shifted a little bit, and now that everybody's coming out, they more so being that, okay, my struggle, my life, and mine is based on just having fun. It's just be you, enjoy life, and have fun. So mine is more so trying to bring the party back to hip-hop.
Yeah. Do you think people are going to accept the party? Because I remember when music used to be fun. It's not fun no more.
Right. I feel like they will, if you can get it to the right mass of people, or just get it to the people, they will like it, because people, when they hear it now, just on the scale that I am now, when they hear it, they're like, man, I like that record, I love this record, I like how that is, I like how that is. But the fact that we're being, you know fed so much, like I said, so much pain music, it's like people feel like that's the only outlet, that's the only music that they know. But if they get it to where the artist is able, especially the artist that does music that's fun, that's uplifting, like they will like that. Because I mean, me personally, I don't feel like doing music that's sad. You know what I mean? Like I know somebody's story was, kind of a tragic and all of that, but for me, that's why I said my childhood wasn't that, sad. It was more of a just a normal childhood. You enjoy it, you laugh, you grow up, and you go on. So that's the type of music that I make. I just make fun music to let people know, it's still a light at the end of that tunnel.
Okay.
So
Tell us
getting it to people from
tell us about the time when you knew like, all right, man, this shit is really real. Like they fucking with me.
um, it was actually a record I did. I was in high school, and I was like, I'm gonna make a song that's different than what you're hearing. Like, it's kind of the same, but it's different because what we're gonna do with it. We're not gonna just give you your average record. So once we recorded that record, got it done, did everything with it, got it put out there, and people was playing it, DJs playing it, and everybody was like, "Yo, this is a good record." This is when I kind of like first started, and I was like, "Man, I hope people like this record. Like, if they like it, we doing something." And
Yeah.
people really start like, "Man, this is a nice song. This is." And when we performed it, because we opened up for Young LA and
Wow.
performed that song, and everybody in there was dancing to it. And again, I was in high school, so people started dancing to it. I was like, man, they like this. This is crazy. Like, they accept it. Like, it just wasn't like when you come out with a record and you play it and everybody like, nah, we don't like that. Everybody was like, this. Everybody dancing. It's like once I felt that energy, it gave me the confidence. Like, dude, you can do this. And that's how I knew it was real at that point. Like, this ain't just, something you just doing. This is something that you can make happen that people would definitely like.
Right. Man,
So
that's crazy. I know. Boy, you probably couldn't even sleep that night.
I kind of felt like I was already famous, like I was already on. And I had just did that one performance, but I was like, man, I'm ready to go. We need to do another one. I was so anxious. I was so excited. It just felt good. Man, I don't know. It was just like, you did something. You
Yeah.
did something. So that moment right there was like, keep going. And that's what made me keep going. I was like, I'm gonna just keep going with the music.
I like that. What are your pros and cons with social media?
The pros for me is giving people uh, a view of you. You know what I mean? Letting them know what you're doing, how to, get your music. Like I said, it made it easier for people to access everything about you. The con for me is I'm a private person, so I don't like letting everybody into my life, my everyday life. You know what I mean? And it's not nothing to do with, I'm hiding something. I'm just a private person. I'm a cool, laid back private person. I don't feel like you need to know every little detail about my life,
Yeah.
Like that's the pros and cons for me. Like, it's easy to get y'all the stuff that y'all want, the music, to see a little bit about me, but I don't like letting people in my life. I don't know. It's
Hey,
just
I can dig it, man. You gotta leave some room for them to dream and think. You can't let them know everything and see everything. Then it ain't nothing left for the imagination. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. People
So
be like, yeah, this and that, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want you to see what like my process is about this. I don't want you to see how I handle this or what my family like is like. Not because I'm hiding something. It's just I like you said, I like to have something where you be like, dang, I bet you he probably a cool dude. He probably do this, He probably I want you to have that about me. I want you to be like, oh, I know what he does. I know everything about him. Like, I
he
can't do
gonna
that.
post it. He gonna post it anyway for us, so we gonna see it. You know
You're
what I'm
right.
saying?
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So yes, that to me is the pros and cons for me.
Okay, dope. Now you say you a father. Now that can be very challenging being in this industry, being a father. How
Hmm.
are you able to balance the two of being a parent and an artist?
Well, again, like we were speaking about earlier, well, he enjoys everything I do. Even when I go to record, he wants to record me. He wants to be my engineer.
Yeah,
So it's like our connection is like the same way me and my dad's were. It was through the music. So anything pertaining to music, I always wanted to do. I don't care if he was going to DJ anywhere. I want to go. So if I can be there with him, I enjoy myself. So I think the same thing for my son. I think if he's there with me, I think balancing that is not even a problem because he's going to be with me every step of the way. So it's not hard at all for me
okay,
because he's into the same things I'm into.
dope. What do you have out right now that everybody should be looking out for?
Well, I do have the record, you know, Bounce with Trap Beckham. Shout out to Trap Beckham. Shout out to Kevin Hughes for that beat. Y'all definitely should check that record out. That's again one of them party records that I said that people like that I be trying to give to people. I have that out. I last month or no 2 months ago. I'm sorry. I released my EP album Certified, and that has my other record TMS on it. Talk My Shit, and that record was kind of like one of those records that again you get the chance to express yourself on the record, talk about your achievements. So that record is on there. I got a couple other joints on there. One of them actually is doing really well. You can check that out on YouTube. It's called 123, and it's featuring Chemistress. Shout out to her for that. She did a great job on that hook and writing the hook. So she definitely did that good. And I'm actually going to release a new album here soon. So it's a lot of stuff. Like half of my catalog is on there, and I'm still going to keep dropping music for them to, check out. So y'all make sure y'all check that out.
Are you rocking with TikTok right now?
Yes and no, because I'm still learning how to use it.
Okay.
But yes, I definitely like TikTok. I think it's very helpful for artists. Anybody that makes content, I think is very helpful for it. Actually, because that's what a lot of people kind of, move into is TikTok. So,
Where a lot of artists are getting noticed at now.
yeah. And see, that's what I said. Once I learn how to work it, I'm in there. You're gonna see so much of me. You're gonna be like, man, he got like 3 or 4 videos he just dropped today.
Yeah, going
So,
great.
so yeah, it's definitely a good. I definitely like that app, but like I said, I got to learn how to work it better. Get like good with it.
Yeah. How was it working with Trap Beckham on Bounce? Now that's big.
Yeah.
You got a joint with Trap Beckham.
Man, again, like I said, shout out to Trap. He did his thing. Like once my producer sent me the beat, I was like, I need somebody who can, do something good to this. Somebody who's gonna know what to do when they hear the beat. Most people kind of like overdo it. He knew exactly what to do, and when I sent it to him, he was like, I like this. I like this. I wanna do something. He said, you know what? I have it to you by the end of the weekend. And I think it was Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. It was like a Wednesday or Thursday. He sent it back to me Friday evening. So he had it done within like a day or two.
Wow.
And just to hear what he had to it, it was just like, dude, it was just phenomenal. Because I was like, that's it. That's exactly what I was looking for. Everything else was so easy to put together. So once we got everything recorded, everything mixed and mastered, it was just like, that's the record. That's what we working with. And it was so fun because, like I said, Trap, he's a very creative guy, man. Like, I couldn't even tell you because, like I said, me hearing the beat, I was just like, I need something nice, but something that's not going to be too difficult. You know what I mean? And for him to hear it and to come up with something just right there, dude's very talented. Like I said, shout out to Trap Beckham, shout out to Kevin Hughes for the beat because without them two, we wouldn't have no bounce. So you know what I mean. So that's definitely a great thing, man. To get an artist that's similar to you and kind of know what you're looking for without you having to even tell them, this is what I want.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Salute to Trap, man. Salute to Kevin,
Yeah.
man. Salute. Now, speaking of producers, who are your top 3 go-to producers?
For me or just all around?
For you.
For me, uh, well, mostly I work with Kevin Hughes. Like he's a good producer. He kind of knows my style. Like he can't just send me just straight this style of beats. He sent me every style, so that's why I kind of work with. But as far as anybody else, I would say him, Shawty, Chris, and probably Big Head on the beat, the guy who produced for Lil Pump.
Okay.
Them are my top 3 producers. I've worked with all 3 of them, and all of them are great, man. All of them.
That's dope. That's dope. If you had the opportunity to open up for any artist, who would that artist be and why?
I'm actually, I would say Oh, that's hard actually, because there's a lot of artists that I would love to open up for. Um, Probably Wiz Khalifa.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's like he's just laid back. He's a cool guy. He's kind of it's kind of like I see myself like him. You know what I mean? Like we just two cool, laid back type of people, and I think that would be real cool just to just actually be able to just be on the stage with somebody who was just like you, who
Yeah.
kind of have the same vision, same vibes, everything. So it's kind of it'll probably be Wiz Khalifa and maybe the baby because I love his energy. His energy is just crazy.
Yeah. What can a consumer get at a Killer Bee show?
Hmm.
What can we look forward to?
Uh. A, a unpredictable show. Let's say that, because when I'm just vibing, once I'm in the zone of, you know, working or even just on stage, just giving people, good vibes. I kind of tend to just do me. And sometimes it be off a script. Sometimes people, you go and rehearse, but mine's would just be off the wall. Like you just like that was kind of different, but it's not something they expect. So I would think people would probably just have to see that it's my shows are more just unpredictable. You never know what you will get, depending on the energy.
How'd you come up with your name, Killer Bee?
Actually, I didn't come up with the name. The name was given to me by my father, and we was in the car again. This is before I came a rapper. I was a DJ. And everybody was just calling me Lil Lonnie B, DJ Lil Lonnie B. And I was like, I can't be that. Like, that's too long, first of all. And he was like, you know what? We're going to call you Killer B. Now, the B came from, because my grandmother was a blues singer. She played with some of the greats, Bobby Womack, Bobby Bland, Johnny Taylor, a lot of those cats. And
Damn.
yeah, so, and my dad played in the band for her. He was in her band. So her name was Honeybee. And then he came with Lonnie B. And I was like, dang. So then he was like, we got to keep you with like the same, in the same area, the same realm as us. And he was just like, Killer B. And I was like, that worked. Like it was different. So I was like, let's do that. And
Yeah.
I get that name from maybe me being 7 years old to now. And like I said, I'm 28, so I've been stuck with that name. Even as a rapper, I kind of take the DJ off, but it's still Killer B.
I mean, you got to keep it like that because that's history. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know the meaning behind your name, you just broke it down for us. You can't change it, bro. That's history. You know what I'm saying? Like that name is special. That's generations handed down with that B in it. You know what I mean?
And that's why I'm like, hopefully, I can be creative and come up with something for my son if he chooses to pursue music. Maybe I can keep the legacy going, the B legacy going. So
Yeah, hey, bro, got to keep the legacy going. If he decide to go that route, you know what I'm saying. Now is
mm,
the time for you to start thinking, so you don't get stuck at that point where he be
I
like,
know.
"Hey, Dad, I'm ready. What my name is?"
You hear me? Be like, God, let me keep thinking on it. I'll come up with something for you.
Yeah,
See, and
no,
that's a good idea for a project. Now that we're speaking about it, just that name, that B Legacy, gave me an idea for a project.
see,
So I love that. See, that's what I'm thinking. I knew why we was supposed to do this interview. We were supposed to do it.
yeah, man. Um, who would you love to collaborate with?
Is it just one person, or can I name a few?
You can give us three.
Three.
Yeah,
Uh, Again, the baby,
baby.
Plies, and Nelly.
Nelly. Okay, gotta be the boy squeeze Nelly in there. You can't go wrong with Nelly.
And I'm a huge Nelly fan since he came out. To this day, I still am a Nelly fan.
Yeah.
So I
How was that? how was that for you seeing the big impact that Nelly gave the culture?
Um, at the time, I think I was probably about I think I was probably about at that same time. I think I was probably about 6, 7 years old. At the time, I didn't know how much of an impact it was. I just knew I was a fan of his because I loved his music. But when I found out he was from St. Louis and everything he did, it was inspirational to me because I was like, man, he did something, you know, that a lot of people, couldn't do. He went diamond. It ain't that many artists that can say they went diamond, especially
Big
rappers.
big facts.
But that is like he made that idea possible for me. So it's more of inspirational and motivational to me to just keep on going with what I'm doing because seeing and understanding what he did definitely was like you can do anything.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
can, especially just the way that he, did what he did and all the music he's done. He's done movies, he's done, you know, songs with, country artists that went number one. You know what I mean? So it's like there's no limits to what you want to do.
Facts.
None. So it's definitely inspirational for me.
I like that. What is Killer Bee's favorite dish? What do you enjoy eating the most?
Uh Probably shrimp Alfredo. Chicken and shrimp Alfredo. That's pretty good to me. I'll be asking him, I'll be like, hey, look, you gotta make this. I love it. It's just good. Uh I would say that, yeah, chicken and shrimp Alfredo. That's like one of my favorite dishes.
Okay. What's your favorite sneaker of choice? What shoes you enjoy rocking most?
Uh that's kind of hard because I barely buy shoes really.
What you wearing? You
What?
don't buy shoes?
I,
What you wearing, slides?
yes, it could be winter, it could be spring, summer, fall. For the most part, you're gonna get slides out of me. Like, it's they comfortable. They all. It could be snow outside. I'm still gonna figure out how to get through that snow with them slides. So, but if I had to choose, I definitely like Adidas and Nike Airs. Like, honestly, I don't wear Jordans. There's nothing wrong with them. I prefer like Nike Air Max or some Adidas.
Yeah. You being
Some
different.
Blados too. People don't be wearing.
Everybody don't like Jordan, you know what I'm saying? So
I couldn't do
everybody
it. I couldn't do it. I think out of my whole life, I think I bought myself one pair of Jordans.
yeah.
One pair of Jordans, and to this day, I don't have them. But the Nike Air, the Adidas, and the Vlados, I still have those.
Like that. Good pair. What about
Man,
your favorite designer? Who's your favorite designer of choice?
actually, I don't have a favorite designer. Be honest with you. I'm more of if it looks nice, I can rock it. It's not more so based on it's the most popular thing going. Everybody likes it. If it looks good on me, I'm gonna wear it. It could be something cheap. If it looks good, I'm gonna wear it.
Like that. You gonna pull it off. It ain't the designer that's gonna pull it
Make
off.
it
You gonna
work.
pull it off.
I'm gonna make it work for sure.
I like that. Let's see what else we got here. Tell us what is your most useless talent?
Oh, most useless talent.
Most useless talent.
I don't think I have one though. Honestly, everything I do, I try to make sure that I do it well. I try to make sure that I do it to my best abilities. So honestly, I don't really think I do. If I want to do it, I will go and do it, and I'm going to figure out how to do it. Just like production, I figured out how to do it. People was like, "Oh, nah, you ain't gonna." I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's more just if you want to do it. I don't think it's really a use. It's just how much you strive to do it, how passionate you are about doing it. That's what makes it work.
If you weren't doing music, what do you think you would be doing right now?
Running my own business,
Hmm. Okay.
and it could be from running a DJ business. It could be running a t-shirt business. Honestly, it just be doing anything. I will be being my own entrepreneur, and I'm not going to say that because it sounds good. Is I'm going to do it because, again, like I said, I like to do new things. So once I get to the point where I'm done doing something, I'm going to move over and do something else. So it would be running multiple businesses. Let's say that.
Okay. You know, wrong with that. I like that. Running multiple businesses, a businessman.
Oh,
What
and
else is,
still DJing on top of that.
what else is it that you want to get out of the game? You know, everybody comes in, they be the artist, but then they elevate to the next level of it, where it could be having their own label, signing different artists.
Mhm.
Some of them get into the merch game. Some of them do movies. Do you want to get into any of that space?
Yeah. Because again, that goes back to one of the things where it's like when I feel like I've accomplished something with whatever it is, I move on to the next thing. So I feel like once I get to the level of being this artist and I've achieved everything, I think my next thing is going to be, again, possibly getting to, okay, you're going to run this label, or you're going to go into doing this movie, acting or directing. It's going to be something of that realm because I love entertainment. I love music. I just love everything about the whole entertainment. You know what I mean? Where you can have the creative process to do whatever you're trying to do. You can create outlets and everything for it. So I just love to do music, and entertainment and all that plays a role inside of everything I like to do.
Okay, man. Hey, there it is, Killer B. Hey, man,
Oh,
we did.
actually, how did I get placement on a video game? I just really I took the record and I submitted it to a couple of places that was accepting submission, and it actually got approved on 2K21 Next Generation. So it
You
was
address.
on video, and somebody sent me a video. I was like, man, I did not know you. I thought I was tripping. It was actually that the Talk My Shit record. It actually got on there, and they was like, man, I didn't know you. Yeah, it was on two. It's on 2K21 Next Generation.
What?
They was like, man, how did you put? I was like, dude, when you work in records, that again, that goes back to the business part. That's why I was like, once you know the business and know how to do it, you can do anything. You know what I mean? It's just people like not really simple minded, but they don't have the knowledge, so they just be like, okay, this is all I'm going to do. But no, I was just like, I'm gonna try to get it on the game. That again, that was a accomplishment, a goal that I wanted to do, and now I did it. I feel relieved. Like it's like, okay, on to the next thing.
The next goal. Wow, bro. Like the people live their whole life to try to get on the game, bro. Like,
And I was fortunate enough to make it happen.
yeah, yeah.
So that type of stuff keeps me going. You know what I mean? That keeps me feeling like, okay, you're doing the right thing. Keep striving. Keep going with it.
Now, is that gaming space? Can you make pretty good money by being on the game soundtracks?
Yeah, yeah, you can definitely make good money. It just depends on how well the game does itself off the soundtrack. So you would get a piece of what the whole soundtrack itself made. So if the soundtrack, I don't know, made uh, 1 million, let's just say that, streamed 1 million, made 1 million. If you did pretty good with your stream, because again, it goes on the playlist, and if you did pretty good, you bumped up, you get moved up, you're gonna get a nice piece of it, a nice piece. So
Hey man,
it's
I'm gonna tell my son to play the hell out of it.
like that
Play
definitely.
Killer B, son. Pretty much
Hey,
Killer B, he on the game right now. Boy, I'm about to fly there and tell him, wow, that's big,
no
man.
problem, man. Anything I can do to help people, man. That's one thing about me. I'm one of them people. Even if it don't benefit me, whatever knowledge I can give you or whatever help I can give you, I'm always with it. I don't never expect nothing back from it. Like, oh man, you remember I told you this? Yeah, I'm gonna need that. Mm-mm. I'm gonna help whoever I can help, whatever information I can give you.
Yeah, because it's gonna come back blessings. You're gonna get them blessings coming back falling on you.
Hmm.
Nothing wrong with it. That's good, man. Salute. You're not a gatekeeper. Salute. How can people hook up with you if they want to get verses or anything?
They can hit my email in my bio, KillabeeBooking17. They can get me on all the platforms at The Real Killer Bee. All you do is send me an inbox like, hey, I need a verse from you. I will respond back with you. We'll work it out. We'll get it all done. And we just start making magic, man, making hits.
It is, and we got his name pent right there at the bottom.
Right there at the bottom. All you do is go follow me. And like I said, you can shoot me a DM. Tell me what you're looking for. I'm with it. Hey, all the DJs that's on here, if y'all want drops, y'all need copy of the records, copy of the albums, whatever, you just hit me up and I'll send them right over to you. No problem.
Hey, there it is, man. He ready to work. Let's go.
Gotta be, man.
Man, we appreciate you once again for getting on with us this evening, man. We're thankful for you letting us in and be able to learn a lot about you. We learned so much today, man. And to me, that's what it's really all about, getting on these interviews and learning about the individual, man. And thank you. We wish you mad success in all your endeavors. And, man, I already know, man, you're going to be around for a while. You got this mindset working for you. You're a genius. I already see it and I hear it.
I appreciate you. Like I said, I want to thank all y'all because, like, again, without y'all, we wouldn't be anything. The DJs matters.
Hey, man, we appreciate that, bro. We appreciate that. Salute, salute. So, man, let's keep this relationship rolling. And whatever you got coming down, man, let's keep connecting and building, bro.
Oh, yeah, for sure, for sure. Like I said, I'll be hitting you up, you know, with all the releases, everything. So we good.
All right, bet it up, man. Thank you again. Peace.
All love. It's all love.
DJ Sly, DJ Sly Tay, DJ Sly, DJ Sly Tay, DJ.